Hi, my name is Taim, and I can talk to plants. I don't really have a memory without a plant's involvement. I remember my school contacted my parents, being worried that I wasn't capable of making any friends. And my parents tried, but none, and I mean none, of the other kids were as smart, caring, wise, ambitious, devoted, clever, and funny, capable as Kip was.
Sorry, who was Kip?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Kip was my first host in third grade science class. He was really the first plant I could connect to. I remember during lunch I would sneak into science class just so I could talk to him. And me and Kip would go on about plants across the world for hours. Then one science class, I saw Kip missing from his usual spot. So I immediately went over to my teacher, asked where Kip was. And it turned out that some kids from the previous class knocked over Kip. His leaves, soils on the ground. And all they did was to gather him up and throw him away. Like it was nothing. It was really from that point on that I realized plants needed a voice. Someone to fight for their rights. Well, being able to talk to plants really makes you realize how stupid animals are. I mean, they have no regards for plants' life whatsoever. But I don't want to make decisions based on hate, so it really comes out of a place for love of plants that I chose an all-meat diet. My usual day consists of a rash of bacon and full cream milk in the morning, followed up by a block of cheese for lunch, and I like to swap between steak, fish, and chicken for dinner. I don't think animals are to be blamed for eating plants because I don't think they're bright enough to comprehend what they're doing. I mean, in an ideal world, we wouldn't have farmers sacrificing plants for some stupid cows. I believe the only way that we can stop animals from hurting plants is to have them eat each other. It is as simple as that. The whole world needs to turn into a carnivore diet. These mass murderers who call themselves vegans like to stomp on my progress, and then they have the audacity to call what they're doing progress. Well, I found out that plants are much nicer than any person that I've ever met. I mean, really, once you start talking to plants, going back to humans is like talking to cavemen. But unfortunately, there are some plants that are just plainly rude. I met this English ivy once. Her name was Pity, and she was a complete meanie. I mean, she thought she owned the place. Had no regards for other plants whatsoever. A complete narcissist. I'm sure you know the kind. Look, I understand where the scientists are coming from. I really do. I mean, I love science too. I spent my whole primary school just learning about the wonders of science. But what scientists need to understand, especially botanists, is that I'm different. That there are some things you can't just explain, especially Stuart.
Hey, I'm Stuart. I've been studying botany for about the past 2 years or so. I've always been interested in plants ever since I was little. The fact that they're conscious living things, but they're so vastly different from humans and other animals. Just always intrigued me. There's been studies in the past investigating communication between humans and plants, and what they found was that some plants do respond positively in the forms of growth to human communication. But many have theorized this has more to do with the vibrations caused by our voices. And that's really where those studies end. Nothing scientifically suggests that we could go beyond that point. I know Taim. If you have the misfortune of being a botanist in this area, you'll know of Taim. He first emailed me a couple months back, asking me to do studies with him, telling me about his connection to plants, and I just hoped it would be over quick. I've heard stories of Taim harassing scientists for months on end. I mean, I'm pretty sure he broke into some guy's house once and stole all his fruits and vegetables. Like, that is a genuine crime. So yeah, I was worried once I started getting the emails. I heard the best thing to do was just ignore him. I just watched the emails stack up week after week. But after a month or so, I noticed I got a letter in the mail from an unknown address. And then the following week, I got a similar letter. And then that continued for about another month or so. And every single time, without fail, the letters were just full of dirt. Like, what is that even supposed to accomplish? What does that mean? How'd they even get my address? And so immediately afterwards, I just went and replied back to all these emails, telling him that I know it's him sending the letters, and that his idea that he can talk to plants is just stupid. And then he responded back, he just denied everything. He even had the audacity to tell me that I'm the stupid one. I'm like, okay.
Would you be willing to have a discussion with Taim?
No. What? No, absolutely not. Why would I even do that to myself?
Taim, from your perspective, why do you believe that scientists have such a hard time believing you?
Well, as I said, I think scientists are ignorant. Because all the facts and evidence are there.
Where?
It's just...
I'm sorry, but like, where is any of the evidence?
I can hear them.
Can you explain it in terms of like actual botany?
Sure. Plants have xylems. They carry water through these xylems, and sometimes they use those to communicate with me. Sort of like human vocal cords.
So all the plants you talk to do it that way?
Yes.
Including this cactus right here on this table.
Gold? But yes.
Are you aware that cacti don't have xylems?
Well, that's just isn't true, is it? Because I can communicate with him.
No, you can't. Because according to your own reasoning, Gould here can't even
I'm sorry,
talk.
but you're wrong.
No, you can't even.
No,
It doesn't make noise.
I can communicate with him. I can talk
No.
to him. So as any other plant. So I really... Well, I have this theory, because I've been trying to figure out myself, that my parents adopted me. That my birth wasn't conventional. That I was growing up like plants. And you can almost say that I was born from plants, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm done. I can't take this anymore. Don't let him or his plants ever come near me again.
Did I do something wrong?
Oh, you were great.